So you've got the consortium, and simply because, this is a very expensive undertaking, you've also got the hyperscalers wanting to go it alone and DIY, do it themselves, in order to control costs, in order to control things like technology and also time to market. But your approach, Tata's approach, would it be more sort of a wholesaler approach? You undertake the cost as well as the risk yourself in order to try and enjoy, or think you're going to enjoy, better margins as you pass on and sell the service?
Yeah, we have multiple parts of the business. The way we see that is, the whole undersea cable is part of the infrastructure that we own. There is about 500,000 kilometers of the undersea fiber cable that we have. We have multiple diverse paths around the world. We literally run a ring around the world, and we offer multiple diverse paths. You sort of alluded to cuts in the cable systems and so on. Customers come to us because we are able to reroute these traffics immediately and able to provide. So that is one part of the backbone that we have. But on top of that, we've invested a lot of software capabilities to offer more predictable performance on internet, provide more on-demand network, provide more resilience on demand when you connect between data centers and so on and so forth. So we are adding a lot of value. And also do remember that we carry a lot of voice traffic, signaling messaging. So when people are exchanging when a B2C customer is sending a message, a WhatsApp message or an SMS message or doing a marketing campaign, all of that traverses through the network. And each one of them are different products. And we are going up that value chain on top of the core network that we have. So our model is slightly different. We don't follow purely a wholesale approach. Our focus is to serve very large enterprises across the full digital fabric. And that is how we monetize all these investments.
Lakshmi, listen, I need to ask you a controversial and potentially sensitive question, but you're a pro, so I'll leave you to navigate it. And I think I already know the answer, because Tata is probably is a leading Indian conglomerate. Is your approach to this strictly DIY, or are you involving partners or accessing outside technology? And I ask this simply in light of the fact that, in terms of the value proposition, low-cost provider, it's been Chinese names, right? It's been Huawei Marine. It's been SBSS, et cetera. They're very much involved in the making, the building, the bundling, and the laying of these cables undersea. Are any of these Chinese names involved in what you're doing at all? I would be surprised if they are. Are they?
No, they're not. We have multiple cable systems, Martin, some of which we own fully, or we are part of consortium where we own the cable systems. And that consortium then decides to work with many, many global players who lay the cable and manage the cable. Some of the cable systems we actually manage on behalf of the consortium, so we have that experience. Many others around the world, we buy long-term leased capacity, which we then use it to serve our customers in the enterprise segment. So that's the model that we take. But we do use more global players than the names that you have suggested.
Where's your appetite right now, Lakshmi, in terms of prioritizing investments in new routes or maintaining existing ones that you already got?
We have to do both. We spend a lot of money in maintaining and upgrading the cable systems that we have. As I said, over the last 5 years, we've invested close to $1 billion in upgrading, acquiring new capability and new cable systems. And our strength really, Sherry, is that, as I said, we literally run a full ring around the world. It goes from Singapore, Hong Kong, Japan, goes all the way through the U.S. West Coast, through Guam, traverses the U.S., from the East Coast, comes to Europe, and all the way back to India on the west side to Mumbai, and then from Chennai back to Singapore. So we run a full ring around the world. Yeah. There are multiple diverse paths that we offer. So our value to the customer really is because of a global footprint that we have, right? And that is why the customers come to us. And therefore, we don't want to single out a specific focus segment. But as you know, the intra-Asia, Asia to Europe, all of them are very, very hot in terms of the demand that is out there.
How do you protect your infrastructure? Not just potential sabotage, but I mean, you could be dealing with natural disasters, some kind of unexpected damage to your anchor, and geopolitical disruptions. Like, what can you do to make sure the safety of your system?
That's very interesting. Literally, you can't do very much. You can't guard the entire route of your cable systems. Most of the cable cuts happen because of the fishing vessels anchoring and just dragging the anchor, and that causes the cable cuts. So this is something that you can't avoid. We of course insure against that, but you can't really protect in the international sea, your undersea cables. Literally, the way we offer resiliency to customers is by providing more diverse paths, our ability to reroute something very, very quickly should something happen. And that's the reason why the customers come to us to provide a more secure, more resilient service.